If you're like many others who enjoy kicking back on a day off with a Diet Coke or a beer and watching talent shows like Britain's Got Talent or America's Got Talent, chances are you didn't miss the unforgettable performance by Sydnie Christmas. The moment she stepped onto that stage, something magical happened. Felt like a real-life Disney moment. Her voice, presence, and charm captivated not only the judges but the entire nation. So much so, in fact, that she went on to win Britain's Got Talent 2024. But as the saying goes, not all that glitters is gold. Behind the spotlight and fairy tale ending lies a story of grit, determination, and setbacks, one that the show didn't fully reveal. This is what you didn't see on TV. The real journey of Sydnie Christmas. Sydnie was born in Gravesend, Kent, a town with historical roots just outside London. From a young age, she was passionate about performing. She recorded her first song at just 4 years old, a moment fondly remembered by her grandmother, who said Sydnie had been singing since she could talk. Interestingly, before chasing her dream of being a singer, Sydnie was actually a rugby player, but her heart was in the arts. She eventually enrolled at D&B Academy of Performing Arts, a well-regarded institution in the UK known for nurturing young talent. There, she trained intensively in acting, singing, and dancing, laying the groundwork for a future on stage. Sydnie graduated in 2014, ready to take on the world of professional theater. Some may have even seen her before her BGT debut. It's not long. After graduation, she made her on-stage debut in the critically acclaimed jukebox musical Lazarus, based on the music of David Bowie at the King's Cross Theatre. It was her first taste of the professional spotlight. Following Lazarus, she joined major cruise liners like Royal Caribbean's Independence of the Seas and Quantum of the Seas, forming in high-energy productions such as Grease and Starlight Express. These experiences helped her hone her versatility as a performer, as singing and dancing for international audiences while traveling the world. But her journey wasn't always smooth. In 2016 and 2017, Sydnie appeared in the E4 reality series Stage School, which offered a behind-the-scenes look at the emotional and intense world of performing arts students. Think of it as a real-life Glee. Sydnie's talent stood out right. One viewer even commented, "Finally, someone who can really sing." Despite her natural talent and growing experience, Sydnie faced moments of doubt and professional stagnation. It was during one of these low points that she decided to take a leap and audition for Britain's Got Talent. From the moment, she introduced herself, joking that her full name was Sydnie Merry Christmas with Mary. As her middle name, the audience and judges were charmed. What followed was a performance so powerful, it earned her not only applause but a rightful place as the 2024 winner. Sydnie's journey reminds us that even the most magical performances are backed by years of dedication, struggle, and resilience. Behind every standing ovation is a story, and Sydnie Christmas's is one of heart, hustle, and holiday-worthy brilliance. That lighthearted comment about her name, Sydnie Merry Christmas, instantly set the room ablaze with laughter. It broke the ice in a way only genuine charm can. When asked about her current job, Sydnie modestly shared that she worked as a receptionist at a gym. Then came the pivotal question: what did she really want to do? Her answer was simple but heartfelt. She wanted to sing. It had been years since she performed publicly, and she longed to return to what she truly loved. Sydnie revealed that she would be singing Tomorrow, from a Nia song that held deep personal meaning for her. It was the first song she ever sang as a child. She hadn't performed it in over 24 years. The audience and judges were stunned not just by the emotional weight of her story, but by the fact that she didn't look her age at all. Amanda Holden even exclaimed, "You look 24." Sydnie laughed and replied, "I'm 28. But then came a moment of tension. When Sydnie said she'd be singing tomorrow, Simon Cowell visibly reacted. Half-jokingly, he called it one of his least favorite songs, known for being difficult and overused. It's a song from the 1977 musical Annie that demands vocal precision, emotional control, and strong technical skill. But instead of backing down, Simon's reaction only fueled Sydnie's determination. She was ready to prove herself, and she did. As the first notes filled the room, the atmosphere changed. The crowd fell silent. Sydnie's performance was emotional, powerful, and deeply moving. She didn't just sing Tomorrow, she transformed it. With soulful expression, flawless diction, and perfect timing, she made the familiar track her own. Commentators would later describe it as masterful, the gospel-like emotional resonance that stirred the room. Some audience members were visibly moved to tears. When she finished, the room erupted into applause. All 4 judges stood for a standing ovation. Bruno Tonioli called her a force of energy and praised her ability to mesmerize with both voice and presence. "You are art while performing," he said, clearly dazzled. Amanda Holden and Alicia Dixon were equally impressed. "You've got it all going on," Alicia said. Amanda added, "That was the best version of Tomorrow I've ever heard." Then, in a moment that took even Sydnie by surprise, Amanda reached for the golden buzzer. The theater exploded in cheers. As golden confetti rained down from the ceiling, Sydnie dropped to her knees on stage, shaking with emotion. It was a dream come true. Even Simon, who had doubted her song choice, admitted she had completely changed his mind. "I don't usually like this song," he said, "but you were brilliant." Backstage, Sydnie was embraced by her family, overwhelmed by tears and joy. Her hard work, her persistence, her years of quiet struggle, everything had led to this. She didn't stop there. In the semifinals, Sydnie performed Paul Anka's My Way, showcasing her impeccable vocal control and stage command. It was a fitting choice for a performer who had stayed true to herself and her path. The performance cemented her place in the hearts of millions and paved the way to the finals, where she ultimately claimed victory as the 2024 Britain's Got Talent winner. Sydnie Christmas was a force to be reckoned with in the Britain's Got Talent finals. Fierce, energetic, and confident, she commanded the stage with a natural charisma that instantly drew the audience in. Her passionate delivery and powerful stage presence made her an undeniable crowd favorite. For the final performance, Sydnie chose the iconic I Dreamed a Dream from Les Miserables, a bold choice that paid off in spectacular fashion. From the first note, her deep, soulful voice carried both strength and vulnerability, filled with emotion that visibly moved the judges and audience alike. Tears flowed, not just because of the song itself, but because of the raw honesty Sydnie brought to it. Her performance was more than just technically impressive, it was heartfelt storytelling. Sydnie demonstrated extraordinary vocal technique. From smooth, tender phrases to powerful, raspy belts, seamlessly shifting tones and emotions, her control, range, and interpretive style elevated every performance into a journey. She didn't just sing, she lived the songs on stage. Her body language radiated self-assurance and charm, making the audience feel as if they were part of her story. Her unforgettable performance in the final secured her the title of 2024 Britain's Got Talent Grand Winner, after capturing hearts on the BGT stage and winning both public affection and the prize money. Wasted no time. Riding the momentum of her win, she announced the release of her debut album, My Way, which dropped on September 20th, 2024. The album marked a defining moment in her career and was met with widespread excitement. My Way isn't just a debut album, it's a reflection of Sydnie's personal and artistic journey. From being a receptionist with a dream to a national star, every track echoes her emotional depth, resilience, and remarkable vocal range. The album showcases why she stood out so distinctly during the competition. Each song was handpicked by Sydnie, chosen to reflect a specific style or sentiment. The album spans genres from classic American show tunes to contemporary pop ballads, offering a showcase of her versatility and interpretive strength. A standout track is her rendition of My Way. Originally made famous by Frank Sinatra, Sydnie infuses it with a modern touch and a soulful edge, highlighting both her creativity and individuality. Another highlight is Tomorrow, the very song that earned her the golden buzzer in her BGT audition. On the album, it returns with a refreshed arrangement and emotional intensity that makes it as moving as ever. Also included is a heartfelt version of Over the Rainbow, a timeless ballad that resonates deeply with dreamers and believers in. Apt choice for someone who turned her dreams into reality. What makes My Way exceptional is not just Sydney's vocal power, but her emotional connection to each track. Her interpretations bring fresh meaning to familiar songs, breathing new life into them, while making each performance unmistakably her own. More than just an album, My Way is a personal statement, tells the story of a woman who never gave up, who sang her truth, and who finally got her moment to shine. Through every lyric and every note, Sydnie invites listeners into her world, a world shaped by hope, perseverance, and the pure magic of music. One of the most praised aspects of Sydnie Christmas's artistry is the emotional depth she brings to her performances. Critics and fans alike have highlighted her vulnerability and honesty, noting how those qualities shine through with striking sincerity. Her ability to connect with listeners on a deeply personal level is what truly sets her apart. When her debut album My Way was released, it received widespread acclaim from the press. Fans were especially captivated by Sydnie's rich, versatile voice and her masterful control, delivering both power and sensitivity in equal measure. Her ability to remain grounded despite her rapid rise to fame only made her more beloved. As is often the case with standout Britain's Got Talent contestants, Sydnie has continued to enjoy widespread popularity. Her journey from BGT winner to solo artist is already seen as a remarkable success story. Fans eagerly await her next chapter. Among the album's highlights, her rendition of My Way stands as a signature piece, a testament not only to her talent, but also to her resilience and determination. Meanwhile, Tomorrow remains one of her most iconic performances, embodying both her emotional power and vocal strength. Sydnie is more than just a singer, she's a storyteller, a performer who uplifts and inspires through music. Her voice isn't just her, it's felt. Though she may still be relatively unknown to the broader global public, Sydnie Christmas has made an undeniable mark on the music scene, and she's just getting started. The 2025 UK tour, following the success of her debut album, Sydnie is set to embark on her first headlining UK tour in 2025, an exciting milestone for the rising star. Known for her emotionally charged and vocally powerful performances, Sydnie's upcoming shows are expected to be intimate, soulful, and unforgettable. The tour begins on February 9, 2025, at the King's Theatre in Glasgow, and will continue with a series of back-to-back performances across the country. February 10th, the Lowry Keys Theatre. Salford, February 11th, Oval Hall, Sheffield City Hall. February 13th, Marlow Theatre. Canterbury, 14th, New Theatre. Oxford, February 16, Liverpool Philharmonic Hall. February 19, the Glasshouse International Centre for Music. Gateshead, February 21, Corn Exchange. Cambridge, February 23, Aldwych Theatre. London, February 24, Symphony Hall. Birmingham. These close-set performances offer fans the chance to experience Sydnie's incredible talent in an intimate, live setting. Something her BGT performance is only hinted at. With a carefully curated setlist that blends Broadway classics, timeless ballads, and selections from her album, Sydnie promises to deliver shows that are both vocally stunning and emotionally unforgettable. For fans and newcomers alike, this tour marks the next phase in Sydnie Christmas's ascent. She's no longer just the winner of Britain's Got Talent, she's becoming one of the most compelling new voices in British music.